Hey, thanks for switching channels, coming over here to the TV squad. I'm your host, Chase, and I'm here with the gang. My little rascals. Starting over here with I think that's left. Our sick little one.
The sick boy today.
Sick boy.
It's me. Hey, hi everyone.
And Faye is the bus. Just letting you know.
Whoa!
It's now official.
Yeah,
It's
that's
now
official.
It's now canon.
Yeah, it's
I
now.
am a bus.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
there's absolutely never going to be context for that.
Nope.
No,
And
yeah.
the person who said it is my man Sean over here on my right.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, hello.
Sean missed our last podcast, and that means he missed out on the Twilight Zone. But hey, it's all good.
Yeah, because I'd never actually seen it.
You know I'm blind in one eye, right? Shut up, yo. That wasn't time for that line. So because I'm blind in one eye, I can't see my good man Phil down at the far end of the table.
Over here, dude. Good to see you.
I'm over here, dude. It's like the planes are coming in.
Good to be here.
Yeah. So anyway, we've been enjoying TV Squad. We've had some notations about maybe we're doing too much telly and all that kind of stuff. So when we come back, we'll be probably limiting some of the shows. And then when we do, after you watch our longer version, then complain to Blake about it. That's all I got to say. But either way, I'm going to turn to my man Phil, who's going to start us off with what I think is a great category, UK Telly.
UK TV. Well, this week we're going to be discussing Life on Mars.
Life on Mars, my man John Sim,
Yeah.
and everything like that. And this is not Ashes to Ashes, this is Life on Mars.
Yes.
Have you seen this thing?
No, I have not seen it.
All right, well, that's okay. She's young, but it's not that old.
She's young. Sure.
Give her
I've seen it, yes.
Cool.
give her a breakdown of what Life on Mars and what she's missing.
Okay, yeah. It came out in 2006.
Oh, okay.
And it starts out with the main protagonist being John Sim, playing a character called Sam Tyler, who is a detective in the Manchester Police Force.
In DCI, I believe he says.
Okay. And he gets into a car accident, gets knocked over by a car, and he wakes up in 1973.
1973, and the way we know this is because because we kind of do it on our show, it's that the TV icon had the red witch or the little girl in the red dress, and no, that's a big thing in the show.
Oh yeah, the kids with the clown and the
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The what do you call it? The test card.
Your test card, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, he's still a detective. In terms of the plot line and stuff, he's still a detective in Greater Manchester Police, reporting to somebody who can only be described as a dinosaur.
Now, which Glenister is this? Because
This is Philip Glenister.
So he's not the
Playing
same one
Gene
from
Hunt.
Hustle.
No, he's his brother.
All right. See, now we talked about this when we talked about the Hustle, and I didn't know that they were brothers.
That's right.
So this one is on and they look alike, man.
They do.
Are they twins?
No, they're not twins.
Okay,
but they do
whatever.
look alike.
Maybe I'm just saying,
So Philip Glenister's playing DCI Gene Hunt,
Gene Hunt.
who
But
is
he's
using old school.
rock 'em, sock 'em,
Oh
throw 'em
my
in the
God.
back of a trunk, kind of
possibly
guy.
frame them for drugs just cause.
Just 'cause I can. It's before Miranda rights.
So in those terms, it's about the clash between the old and the new. Which is a great way. It's a great storyline. I think the rendition of 1973, having lived through 1973, was damn accurate. It was really, really well done. Really well done. But I think for me personally, the problem with the whole thing was I don't think we ever got a resolution, or I ran out of steam with it before we ever got a resolution as to why in God's name he was there in the first place. You know?
Exactly,
Well, I
because
think that's
he's
the
a
whole
cop
point,
in
isn't
one
it?
life and a cop in the other life. So
Yeah,
That's why I mentioned the whole DCI thing before, because he's actually a DI in the past one.
Was he in a coma? What was it?
That's literally the opening titles. Yeah.
now the thing about it is, I said let's not talk about Ashes to Ashes, but then when they decided to make the spin-off Ashes to Ashes,
It's more of a sequel series, I think.
yeah, but it was like, oh well, let's have a lady version of this character who goes through the same thing. but it didn't solve any issues with that either. Because I think that did two series. Or
There were
did they
two
only do-
series of Life on Mars.
No, but I
That's
mean
right.
Ashes to
Ashes to
Ashes.
Ashes went on for 3 seasons.
Did
Did
it?
it?
Did it
Wow.
really?
Wait,
I
so-
didn't even go there, to be honest. I lost patience with Life on Mars.
Because you wanted it solved, and they wouldn't give
Yeah,
it to you.
although it just seemed to be an excuse for reproducing or recreating 1973 ultimately, which, as I say, they did really, really well. I think I'd rather it was just a series set in 1973, quite honestly. I think I'd have got more
Fair
out of
enough,
it.
but I think the whole supernatural element, I'll say supernatural, the whole sort of dream sequence things, like you might hear random things on the radio of you might be hearing when he's in a coma. And I thought that was a really interesting aspect or something. When the start of the second season, he's after a killer who he himself put away, and obviously 73 is obviously the killer's younger self.
Right.
And,
Okay, that's quite- that's quite good.
he's meeting him here, and yeah, at the same time he's partly hit, like somehow he must have obviously been released from prison, and he's trying to apparently hanging over his comatose self.
2006 self.
So you can
So-
vaguely hear his voice on radios and stuff.
Do we ever find out why he's in 1973?
Was it resolved? I
No.
ran out. Of
I don't
steam
think
before
it was. No, I mean he did actually. I mean, it's well, no, it'd be spoiling if sort of talk about the last episode.
I think it's well worth a look, though. It's well worth a look.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It's available on the iPlayer, I think, still.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so-
Yeah.
Yeah, free to air.
If not, possibly BritBox or Amazon. I'm not too sure. To be honest.
Right. I think it's on iPlayer.
Or it might be on Netflix. It could just check every streaming
Yeah,
service.
exactly. Yeah. But
It was at the time it was touted as an interesting show, but because of that element to it, but it really like Phil says, it really did play to that, I mean, I think at one point in time, Gene Hunt started to feel more like an avatar for Sam, like the type of cop that he wanted to be, but in the future he was too restrained from being.
absolutely.
So this reality allowed him to play fast and loose with the rules
Sure.
and everything. And so his avatar was Gene, who'd do anything and kick down doors and do all this kind of stuff. And because I think he was becoming more and more like Gene,
Yeah.
the more and more time he spent there.
If you take the reality, though, the reality was very uncomfortable. I think it's around about 1975. The special branch in West Midlands Police was completely disbanded because of corruption.
Was it like commentary?
Was it what? Sorry,
Commentary on that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was really, to be fair, but it made me feel uncomfortable at times, thinking about people who I knew were being treated in reality by those sort of people. So it wasn't comfortable watching at times for me.
Yeah. But I still think they try to do the professionals or Z-Car version as opposed to the reality version of cops. No rules.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
think that was the other dynamic as well. It was sort of combining the both. Like he wanted to do stuff based on evidence, and everyone was just like, "Who cares? They're guilty, so let's just arrest them for something."
Well, they're guilty because I say they're guilty. But
Yeah,
that
exactly,
was
That's
Gene
right.
Hunt.
That's right.
Scenario.
And how he was trying to talk to the paramedic about what someone needed, and they were like, "Talking to us for? We're just the ones that deliver them to the hospital."
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when I studied criminal justice as a kid, and everything, it was interesting because a lot of the rules that we have today, they weren't around at that time in the 70s. So that's why I said it's before Miranda rights. In case anybody doesn't know, that's like when the cops had to read you your rights. You had the right to remain silent. But believe it or not, they didn't always do that. I mean, that's a fairly, I wouldn't say recent, but that's like around 75, 76, whatever, when they that became a law because, too many people were just unduly getting arrested and beaten up and, and thrown into the paddy wagon.
There were two very famous miscarriages of justice at that time in the UK, the Birmingham 6 and Guildford 4, both accused of terrorist atrocities.
Yeah.
None of them being involved at all
Exactly, and the point is that the cops had the power that they could do all of that.
Absolutely right.
I mean, and so the show didn't go down that kind of commentary, but I think it touched on it, because you had to be in the reality of the situation to show that there was a clear dividing line between when you could get away with stuff and when you can't.
Yeah.
But it's still a good show. I enjoyed it. So I recommend the show.
I did, like I said, up to a
But
point.
yeah, you're right. It didn't have an ending, but neither did our recommendation show that I think we're doing today. So it's like sometimes I think that if you create a show, and we'll probably talk about it when we talk about that, is that there needs to be a clear through line for your audience. Because what terrible is that when you just kind of like are stringing them along just because you're making money off of like telesales and advertising and everything else like that. But I mean, I'm actually engaged because I want to watch your show. And when you get a show that only has a season, yeah, you hate the fact that there's no season 2, but you can always go back to the fact that oh man, I can just devour season 1. I love Craft Country,
I mean, well, I thought there was enough going on in Life on Mars. I mean, a lot of it became also about trying to solve mysteries that would have usually been easier in the modern day.
If you had technology, yeah.
But then, obviously, back then, I mean, he brought in some of his own methods, like introducing the chain with the nails to stop cars in the.
Yeah. I think they did something with fingerprints as well.
Yeah, they already did fingerprints, I think, by then. I think even 50s, back in the 50s, they were also
Fingerprints has been going on for a while.
Yeah,
it's been going on
longer than you might think. Yeah,
it was very well done, I think. But I think just that final point, really, what's the point of this? Where are we with it? What really happened here? And it just
can't just say timey-wimey, doctor. Nice one. Well, I mean, so like you said, I mean, obviously it's available, to watch Life on Mars, and it definitely is an intriguing watch and everything. So then, like, as we move over across the pond to the U.S., I do believe that this is important. Hey, the difference between U.S. Tele and UK Tele, what do we got?
Quantum Leap.
I thought that was the recommend.
No, that's Detectorists.
Oh, right. So U.S. Tele is Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
So, well, what's perfect is that Quantum Leap is like Life on Mars in a sense, where it had an ending that people weren't satisfied with.
Yes, absolutely.
Because obviously, our hero Sam Beckett, he doesn't invent time travel, but he invents a way of time travel by traveling into the bodies of people within his own timeline and everything like that. But what was really interesting about this was the fact that like he could travel into anyone. He could travel into a black man, he could travel into a woman, he could travel into a baby at one point in time.
That's right. But he never knew where he was going to go, did he?
No. He had no control about how he bounced through time.
That's right.
But what happened was they cheated. Now it's Donald Belisario, who was fantastic showrunner, but they cheated because they had like the Black Man episode was not really his timeline because it's really trying to be like in the 50s or like civil rights and stuff like that.
Right.
And I think he was supposedly born in 63 or something like that.
Yeah. That's probably not right.
So they went a little bit back further. And then another time, they went to like Egypt or something like that. Like
back in the
like Cleopatra times or something.
Yeah.
So sometimes they cheated their own thing that they created.
Yeah.
But it was a fantastic show. And did you ever watch Quantum Leap? Really?
No.
It was 90. When did it come out? 1989. It came out.
Yeah.
I think for me back then I was dipping into it every now and again. It's not something I set time aside for. But I enjoyed it when I watched it, but I never watched it continuously.
Yeah, I mean they often said it's the worst pilot, and everything like that. But thankfully it got beyond the pilot and then to series order and everything. And it was a show that grows on you. I mean, like Dean Stockwell as his sidekick Al.
It's played for laughs a lot of the time.
Yeah, yeah.
For laughs.
Now the shame about Al, Dean Stockwell, because Dean Stockwell had just passed this year, and
has he really? Oh,
yeah,
okay, it's a shame.
and like they've been often talking about bringing the show back
Right.
and everything. And Scott Bakula was the star, and he was last on NCIS, and he was on Enterprise and all that. But he often wanted to come back. There was a movie. There was a movie that came out with Jake Gyllenhaal. And I don't know if anybody remembers it, where it's about time travel and stuff like that. And I can't remember. But anyway, the voice of his dad was played by Scott Bakula. Because he's like kind of stuck in this time loop kind of thing. So that was really interesting. But so anyway, Scott Bakula has been like, hey, I would love to come back to the show. Donald Belisario, the guy who made it and everything. But then we lost steam, so it's like, oh, what are you gonna do?
For sure.
So then what are they gonna do? Are they gonna gender blend it? Are they gonna race blend it? What are they gonna do? And they just revealed like about 2 weeks ago. I think I said it on the show. Is that they hired an Asian actor. He's not playing Scott Bakula's part, Sam Beckett, but he's supposed to be another guy who gets caught up in the Quantum Leap program.
Yeah.
Because Sam Beckett never made it home.
Right. Okay.
Spoilers. Right.
I don't think I ever saw the end of it. So.
Oh man, no. The ending was great because they also had one of those kind of like released on the internet Reddit kind of endings, where it's like everybody, because like you said about being unsatisfied by life. People were so unsatisfied that they just needed to know, does Sam make it home or not?
Right.
I just need to know.
Yeah,
is he just leaping forever?
There were 5 seasons.
Because exactly.
Nearly 100 episodes
and stuff. But
it's a big investment.
Wait, how many episodes were there?
Nearly 100.
Yeah.
97
And we still
episodes.
don't know if he got home.
No.
That's better. I hate that.
That's a big investment. That is.
But see, that's the nature of American telly is that your goal is to make 5 seasons, which is like 100 episodes because they're usually like 24 to 29 episodes of series. And what you do is you get automatic residuals. So you get paid for life.
Okay.
Pretty much if you make 5 years.
Right.
So that's their goal in America is to do that. Which is crazy why here you only get like 6 episodes of series and stuff. You'll never hit that benchmark.
Nope.
For advertising. But that's how Americans think. And stuff. Did you watch it, Phil?
Did I watch it back in the day? You mean?
Yeah.
As I was saying, I used to into it every now and again. I didn't set aside time especially for it, but I always enjoyed it when I watched it. Yeah, it's a good experience.
It's a great little what they call anthology series. So like every week is something different.
Yeah, I like that.
As long as you have like the same character, it's like what's their adventure this week.
Well, I like the idea where he jumps into different people because it kind of you'll never run out of ideas.
That's right, and it's also about every episode is about he's got to fix a problem.
Yeah.
He's actually got to fix a problem to move on.
Yeah.
And he's obviously still. Each time he moves on, he's trying to get closer back to home, but that doesn't necessarily happen. But
So the person he jumps into has a problem.
that's right.
So what happens is that it's kind of like
Kind of a mistake that happened. Was it Chase? Would you describe it like a mistake that happened?
yeah. So
the
like a
timeline?
soul, like a soul replacement. So like they end up in the waiting room in the future, right? With Al, and Al gets all the information about them and stuff like that. And supposedly when they go back, they probably vaguely don't really remember what happened this point in time, that this guy replaced them and everything. But yeah, it's to solve some kind of issue. But what's also intriguing about it is that even though it's not like episodic, it's like he had a catchphrase, right? So it's like
What was it?
Yeah.
so basically when he would solve the problem, right? And then so Sam will like glow and like it's slow, and he leaves that body, and then they will always show you the next body he goes into.
Oh, okay.
So in
Yeah,
the end, it will always be the next body.
episode,
So then he'll end up in the next body. So it'll be like, I'm a woman. Oh boy. You know what I
Catchphrase
mean?
always,
Oh, boy.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
really? Is it?
I'm naked. Oh boy. Now you'll never will see that episode in the next week. It just be like, it's just one of those things that was kind of funny. It's
So
like,
would you ever see his real self, like in mirrors or something, or was it always just be like?
no, his real self is playing the part, but he will see the person he leaps into
That's
in the
right.
mirror.
So you got Scott
I figured it might be
Bakula
that, yeah.
dressed in a
Oh,
dress.
that's cool.
Yeah.
extremely weird if he's playing a woman.
Yeah.
But then you see the woman in the dress.
Yeah.
Of course, she doesn't have a hairy chest or anything like that. But
That's really cool. That's kind of cool. I like
It's
that kind
good.
of stuff.
It's well
That's
worth a look.
really, really
It
cool.
really
Yeah,
is
yeah,
well
yeah,
worth
yeah,
it.
yeah,
It was,
yeah.
I think it was great. I think you could call it groundbreaking for its time. I think.
no, it was an interesting like kind of time travel piece, but especially when you had the social commentary, like when he did the black man one, that was really interesting. Because like he's a white guy who hang out with black people facing the injustice that black people face. You know what I mean? And everything. So I think it was like that famous moment when they were in the diner, right? This happened like I think in Mississippi Burning, that movie,
Right.
and stuff, where like they were taunting the black people because
the peaceful.
the people,
process.
they were just trying to sit
Sit.
at the counter and eat, and they wouldn't feed them, and they were throwing all kind of food on them and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it's like so different social commentary. So they could go, oh well, you can't do that to a white guy. No, that's so
Right.
wrong.
Right.
And stuff like that. So social commentary. But anyway, it's really funny that way.
Available on Now TV.
Ooh.
No.
Indeed.
Well, I mean, I guess now that they're working on a sequel, I mean, or a new show, they definitely need to do that. So,
Yeah.
no, that's great. So it definitely be something that you should just
I
like
wanna
drop
watch it
in
now. I'm
and
excited.
take a look at.
Yeah.
It's well
So-
worth it.
And it doesn't it's not that dated. Sometimes you
No.
look at 90s shows
When you
like
Oh.
Plus, they're set in the future. They're in the future, aren't they? Well, the actual
well,
Al and Sam are actually sometime in the future.
Yeah, do you know? Yeah, but see, the future was 96. And know how we know the future was because everything lit up. So, like, they had earrings that looked like them rainbow bright earrings. And they had
cool.
high heels. High heel
Yes.
shoes. But then they had cars. They had cars that had lights on it, which they have cars now with lights on it now. Under the undercarriage and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, was it as elaborate as Back to the Future Part 2's 2015?
No.
Oh no. No.
Jaws 14 or something.
Jaws 14. Jaws comes out of this
Holographic,
marquee and everything. The best thing about the hoverboard, though.
Which people said the inventor. No, you're not hovering. You're just
all the
leaning
way.
forward.
All the way.
Yeah. Okay. And
I
so,
want the hoverboard.
yeah.
I wouldn't want one. I'd fall off all the time now.
I can't skate. So either way you look at it, we're moving into like the superhero section, everything, and like basically what it was is that when we had looked at Sentinels of Justice, nobody saw
or
it.
even Guardians.
Sorry.
Guardian.
Damn, Chase, can't even get the name of the show right. Damn.
It's that forgettable.
Should we rewind that one?
When we looked
Take
at
two.
Guardians of Justice,
There we go.
right? Nobody looked at it but me. I mean,
I've,
just-
True.
I've looked at a couple of episodes.
No,
no, I'm
I
talking about
had-
back then. when
I
we
had
looked
looked
at
at it.
I know.
I didn't.
You gave up on it, and then
No,
then
when we discussed it last time, I'd watched about 3, I think.
yeah, and then so I said, "Oh my God, this is shit. This is crazy,"
Beautiful.
and everything like that. And I started binging
Very
it
different.
and
Very,
everything.
very
So
different.
then, so I said, "We got to come
When you
back."
say very different, it's just another whole. What if the superheroes were like in a world where it's like vans and shit?
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
it was
everyone
also-
everyone is just the Justice, but different.
It was also the mixture of the animation though and stuff.
It's a mixture. I love. You had
love
dot
that.
matrix. You had animation. You had stop
Yeah.
motion. I love that because they didn't settle on one thing
It was beautiful.
where it made you look like, oh, this is going to be what.
Like the whole like aesthetic of the show. Because I only watched episode 1 and kind of into episode 2, but I'm absolutely fascinated with how they've done it. Like even like the credits, like the 2 policemen episode walking down, I was like, oh my God, this is stylized so beautifully.
Yeah.
Like
It
everything's
did have those
beautiful.
moments, but in terms of story, I just couldn't be bothered with it at all.
I don't know.
Afraid for me, it was a triumph of style over substance. There was
Oh, absolutely.
nothing.
Yeah.
I just,
And it
Kinda
bored me
interesting.
after the first 5 or
Yeah.
6. I thought,
yeah, well, you know what?
I'm
Yeah.
falling asleep.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, when you get down to like 5 or 6, you're kind of like, when is this over?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I thought what was interesting was the Sentinels or the Guardians.
Guardians.
All right. What was really interesting was is that like they would show you the other Guardians, right? And Awesome Man.
Golden Goddess.
Okay,
You
all
mean
right.
Marvelous
Oh.
Man?
No. There's a bald guy named Awesome Man.
Oh yeah,
Go
he's,
on,
he's played by the Jason Voorhees actor, isn't he?
That's what I was gonna say, but no, it's not
myself.
the Jason Voorhees. He's played by, I think it's Derek Mears, who's the Jeepers Creepers actor.
Jeepers
Okay.
Creepers.
But didn't he play Jason Voorhees?
Yeah, he
in
probably
the
did play
remake?
Jason
I
Voorhees.
think
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
yeah.
he did.
Anyway,
he did.
back to the show.
No, I was talking about the show, Awesome Man. I was just saying, I was like,
Oh.
this guy looks so familiar to me, and everything. But he played like horror villains in slasher films
Oh, got it.
and
got it.
everything. So like so as Sean was saying, he did do a stint as Jason in one of the Friday 13th.
Nice.
But he also, I believe, did the Jeepers Creepers as well.
Oh.
And everything. But so it's just interesting, like, look, managed to get yourself a job. Because you always like cluttered up in makeup and everything like that. And I'm awesome. I'm a superhero.
It was weird to see him like actually just acting himself for once.
And then what, did you see the dating episode or something like that? Where he was
I
trying to
think
go
I
out
think
with
I
the
got
girl?
about 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
I just
And everything. So it was just weird. And just as Phil is saying, it's like even though they're trying to figure out like why did Marvelous Man kill himself, which you kind of going, what's up with that? Because we'll probably talk about that with beasttars. Is that like does it really matter? You know what I mean? It's like they're just stretching it out and stretching it out and stretching it out, so that way you could get this world that this guy Adi Shankpur created, which I think is still a fantastic world. So I think it's like, it's amazing. But I was hoping to be able to say what the ending was, but I can't.
I can't.
Like
I
Phil,
really wanna
I
find
can't
out.
stretch myself that far.
I can't either.
I'm not Mr. Fantastic, you
I
know.
just ran out of steam.
And I was kind of like it's all my thing, and I was kind of like, I gotta finish this because I said I would. No.
I actually really, because I feel like I'd probably be the one here who would actually enjoy it. But
You would.
yeah, the story I'm kind of really invested in. I like the Batman kind of character. Him.
Yeah,
I like him.
Yeah,
It's just like Nighthawk. It's just that what I like about him is the sidekicks or the grown up sidekicks, which you could tell that's Red Hood, that's Robin, And look at, and I didn't even get to talk about that kid, Crimson Wing or whatever his name is, the little who's a little psycho and the stuff. Oh my, this kid. It's like, if you think I'm bad. And here he's like little Damian Wayne. He comes in like, I'm gonna kill somebody, right? And he does.
and it's fairly graphic as well, isn't it?
That's what I just said. He
It's
does.
fairly graphic,
I noticed they had a sort of black rendition of the Joker, kind of. What did they call him? Smiler or
The
something?
Smiler.
The Smiler.
Oh yeah.
I kind of liked it. I was like, damn, that's kind of cool.
It was like because he had like gold
yes,
teeth.
Yes,
And
that's
stuff like
right,
that,
that's
just smiling.
right.
And
But he still
it made me think
slits.
about Batwoman because they had a black version of Joker on there. But no, he was much better. Not Batwoman, this guy. Guardians.
So Faye, you watch it and tell us what happens because we don't care anymore.
I'm here for stylization only, but
we
the
lost
story's
the
going
will
on
to
me.
live.
I'll try my best. I'll take one for the team.
Take it down, and stuff.
I'll give it a couple more shots, see if I can get into it more.
I mean, see, what I didn't want to do was just jump to the end,
Yeah,
you
don't
know,
wanna miss anything.
and I mean, I thought that's unfair to just jump to the end, but I might have to just do that and stuff, just so I can feel like I finished something. So anyway, so then moving on from there is like the only reason why I put Mandalorian on the list was because of Mandalorian is coming, even though I think Blake will tell me it's November and stuff like that, December.
Ooh, Christmas time.
Yeah, but they just can't stop hawking this show because of
we've got Obi-Wan in the meantime.
Yeah, because we got Obi-Wan, and
And the
everything like
first
that.
trailer, oh my god, I freaked out when I heard Duel of the Fates for the first time.
You know what?
I think everyone did. I looked at the reaction trailers. Everyone looked like they were busting a nut.
You know what? Yeah.
That's a very accurate description. Don't look at me like that.
No, but you know what? Do you believe that Liam Neeson is going to show up?
Seems like a possibility. It would be be really great fan service to give into that. I mean, if he is, they probably kept it really real secret, like, and they probably done it in like a private green
Well,
screen studio.
he's canceled. That's why.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah.
I mean, and I mean,
he said something quite racist. What did he say?
oh no, he
gonna
went out.
say it.
He went out and attacked black people.
Or he said
What?
he said he wanted to, didn't he?
Liam
What?
Neeson.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, a
What
friend of
is?
his got raped, and then he went out believing in his own movies, and went into a bar and started like attacking people. Anyway,
It's okay.
what happened? All right, so but there was a clip of Yoda talking to Obi-Wan about the fact that
From episode 3, yeah.
yeah, that Liam would be a Force Ghost, Qui-Gon Jinn would be a Force Ghost, and stuff like that. So we might get him as a Force Ghost.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, we
and
got him as a
everything.
full.
So that way you could get him, but you don't have him fully.
But we did. I mean, we did see him in Clone Wars, and he was actually Liam Neeson reprising the role. But then I think this was before the whole shit hit the fan thing.
All right. Well, I mean, but what do you think about this Dave Filoni? Do you really think that he's the successor of George Lucas? I mean, because like when we're looking at Obi-Wan and we're talking about Mandalorian 3, looking at Boba Fett, this guy is just giving the keys to the kingdom now, and all he's doing is bringing us Clone Wars and Rebels and all these characters in live action. Do you really think that he's the one?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, he's not just like rehashing shit that we've already seen from time to time, including like story structure, which I think the new trilogy really suffered from, because it was just rehashing so much shit. He's able to like make great references to like both the prequels and the original films, and I think that's and the way he bridges the gap between them both. I mean, the whole Clone Wars thing made the prequels much more enjoyable as a whole.
Yeah.
And
But we never got Ezra Bridges yet. But maybe.
no. Well, I mean, it's been teased for the Ahsoka series, so whether it's happening or not, I don't know. But it is open.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What about you, Fane? Do you know anything about Star Wars?
It goes over my head. I'm sorry.
All right. Well,
Sorry,
I
everyone.
was just hoping you did. I mean, I'm not a big Star Wars fan. Never have been naturally. But
I was a massive fan of the first 3.
well, yeah.
I like the
5 and
movies.
6.
Well, yeah, but you know these movies, they I mean not these movies, these series, they take place generally like between Jedi and not Jedi, between Empire Strikes Back and Jedi,
Right.
and then a little bit after Jedi.
Right.
So it should be for people like you,
Sure.
but sometimes they go beyond Phantom Menace, but most of the time they're in that era. Am I right or
There was
wrong?
a big gap, wasn't there, between the Return of the Jedi and first one of the prequels. What was it called? Was it called?
Oh, you mean there's a gap between
I mean, there was
Jedi.
Revenge of the Sith,
No.
of the Sith, and A New Hope.
No. I mean, between the release of Return of the Jedi and then the
Oh,
first.
wait a minute, hold on. I
and
know
then
what Sean. Wait.
Episode 1. There was about 20 years.
No.
there.
I know
okay.
what
There's a
Sean
big
is saying. I got lost in that. I know what Sean is saying. The prequels are before New Hope. I was thinking that they were after. They're not. They're before.
No,
So that way you
about-
have Phantom Menace,
Yeah.
you have Clone Wars, and you have Revenge of the Sith.
What I
then
was
you
going to
had-
make was that there was a massive gap, and therefore we all rushed to the cinema to see the fourth film, if you like.
Yeah.
And it was such a disappointment. That's it.
A lot of
It's
people
not the
thought that,
fourth
to be
film
honest.
though. It's the seventh film. You talking about Force Awakens?
No, I can't remember what it's called.
No, Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace, yeah. The poster was awesome.
That's about it, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, no, little Anakin facing off with the shadow of Darth Vader. I mean, that took me into the pictures.
No, well, I went to the pictures to see it, and it was just such a disappointment.
It was.
Awful, and I'm afraid I lost all my momentum at that point, really.
Yeah, but that's what we got in this trailer, this Obi-Wan trailer, where we got little young Anakin on a rock. with goggles.
You mean
and
little
stuff.
Luke on a?
Oh,
You're,
sorry.
you're talking about one trailer.
Little Luke on a rock. But then he's pod racing, isn't he?
I'd say there were a lot of things to enjoy about the prequels, especially like in episode 3. I mean, the soundtrack alone in episode 3. Oh my god, that is some of John Williams' best work ever. I mean, it's just really, really side of the screen. You feel everything you're meant to feel just from that soundtrack alone, and it just makes it even more sad that nowadays soundtrack is just make a bit of noise and hope that people remember it. They don't.
Yeah.
The only memorable theme in recent years is the Avengers one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. Or Batman. And stuff. All right, so
Let's not go there.
I know. It's all right. So we're moving on. We're moving on to our anime section. You know,
and it's actually an anime this time.
it's actually an anime. It's actually a ubu.
No.
Oh, Blake called it a ubu. Anyway, so like
A what?
a ubu.
Blake, what?
What the f*** is
You
it?
call it ubu?
I will come over there.
Blake, you did call it ubu.
A woo. Did you say a woo?
He said ubu.
Oh, stop.
Blake, say it.
Say it, Blake.
What is it?
You said the anime was ubu.
You said,
You said what? Ubu?
he's
said-
not into uwu.
Yeah, but see, he said ubu.
I know, yeah, he did.
All right, that's what I just
he
said.
lied.
He's trying to defend
What
himself.
does
and
that
he said
even
it.
mean?
I don't know. He was thinking that, hey, yeah, if you guys do Anime Squad, you can call it Ubu
I
Squad.
hate you, Blake, so much right now.
And I'm like, I don't get it. I don't know what he's talking
I'm
about.
sitting here like, stop.
I'm an
stop.
anime fan. I don't
And
fucking
then,
get it.
now that Faye is so upset, I think I get it.
I'm
Anyway,
not upset. It's just cringy. Like, no.
Anyway, I busted you. So, Faye, before Beastars, you wanted to talk about She-Ra. And I was surprised you wanted to talk about She-Ra because, I mean, all this animation that's showing up on Netflix and everything, you know, like Dota and He-Man, Revelations and all that kind of stuff, She-Ra kind of like missed me by. So,
Really? You never really watched it?
well, you're talking about, I asked
the
you, are
new
you
one.
talking about old or new? And you said
Yeah,
it's
the
a
new
one.
one, yeah.
So, yeah, it passed me by. So, go ahead, hit me.
Like, so She-Ra, I can't remember when it came out, but it's basically like a reboot of the original She-Ra. So it's like kind of a different story, and a lot more of the characters have been changed. It's still kind of the same story. I can't remember the bad guy's name in it.
Skeletor?
No, it's that's gonna annoy me now. It's like this skeleton guy thing, not Skeletor. It's like this cat thing. I don't know what it's called.
Casator?
No, but it's basically like a story where it's like very female dominated, and it's quite genuinely what probably for me, like when you look at the first She-Ra series, all the women were drawn the same. They were just there to sell toys. That's what they were there for. In this new reboot, all the characters are different. There's all shapes and sizes. We have a lot of representation in so many different fields. We have a lot of LGB representation in this show. We have who I think is non-binary, which is really cool because we never see these shows, and this show is really like dominated towards kids. So we have Steven Universe, which was known for being like LGBT representation, but She-Ra is like so much more better, and it's a really good story. It's basically like dictators are going on around this guy who's basically a dictator, and the girl called Katra, who's in the original series, is on the bad side, and She-Ra kind of goes into the good side. But they used to work together and they grew up together, and they have like this relationship form from being friends to then hating each other and then eventually getting romantic feelings. So in the last episode, it's actually genuinely really sweet. So Katra gets kidnapped and basically tortured, and it's really like horrible and stuff, and she gets saved by She-Ra. And it's, for me, I was just watching this and I was like, oh my god, this is so cute. But because the two of them come together and they help each other become better, because Adora is not perfect. She knows, like, she came out of this portal that the bad guy started and basically stole her from these people, and there was another She-Ra before her and she didn't make it. She ended up passing away, and it's basically, yeah. I didn't know we were going to talk about She-Ra.
Yeah,
You did.
Probably give us a
But then
chance
the
to...
thing about it is, like, if She-Ra, the original, passed away, how did this new one get the sword?
So basically the original She-Ra. So the bad guys at the beginning kind of basically fucked up the universe. There used to be like all these different planets going around, but this guy was like, I'm going to take over everywhere. Everything's going to be mine. So he makes all these clones and he sends all these clones off, and one of these
Starting
clones
to sound like Star Wars.
one of these clones goes to She-Ra's home, which is where all like She-Ra people live. but she's the only one that makes it through this portal because he kind of saves her in this weird way because he gets taken to this other place. And the place that she's on is where all these princesses are, and it's all like magic and, you know, like friendship is magic kind of thing.
Yeah, I was going to say the ponies.
Yeah.
My Little Pony.
Yeah.
My Little Pony. Friendship is magic.
It's magic.
I used to be an
Alright,
expert on
bronies.
My Little Pony. 'Cause my
You used to
daughter-
be a brony?
My daughter had all of the My Little Ponies.
Oh.
Were you a brony?
Oh boy.
Let's
really,
not go
no.
there.
You're just trying to tell us that you weren't a brony.
Oh God. No, I just used to have to watch it.
My kid's brony. Anyway.
Is he really?
Oh, he used to. Anyway.
So we were just going to talk about Beastars.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
No, I would just like to say, in conclusion of that, you're obviously very engaged with that. That was remarkable.
For me, like, it's, I don't know. I watched She-Ra when I was a kid, the original one,
Right.
and I was kind of like, oh. And then this one new came out, and it added so much more to the characters.
much
and, like,
depth to it.
yeah, really, like, developed them. And
Is it a sequel or a retelling?
it's a reboot.
I wish they did that with He-Man
They're
and the
doing it.
Revelations.
They're rebooting it on Netflix now.
No, I know, but it was terrible.
Oh.
I said I wish they did that with He-Man.
Oh, okay.
And I can say it because I'm a big Kevin Smith fan, but everybody, you know it, Kevin, everybody hates that, what you did. What you did and stuff. And it had a lot to do with what she just said, because what they did was to throw in all of the wokeness into creating these super female characters like Tila and all of that other kind of stuff. They kill off He-Man. Yes, I said it and everything. And they focused on the females of the crew and everything like that. And it was just kind of like, hey, that doesn't make me hate. That just made me say, what the hell? What kind of storyline's going on here? And everything, at least with Shiva, makes more sense, you know?
Because it's She-Ra, like, she's...
Yeah, exactly. But then they managed to find Adam in heaven and everything, bring him back and kill him again.
No.
That sounds like trash. Why would the fuck would you?
It was trash, bro.
It's called
He got money. He got money from Mattel, and they blew it up when before it came out. Everybody was all excited, and then watched it. It was like, what the? So when you said She-Ra,
there's
I was
being
thinking,
diverse and there's trying to a bit too hard.
oh yeah, that was He-Man.
Yeah, to be diverse, kill off the title character.
Exactly. Come on.
But then when I used to watch the original card, even that was like it still like had a lot of interesting characters, both male and female,
Exactly. Male and female working together.
both on good and bad sides.
Exactly. That's all you had to do, man. Nobody had to. You don't have to change it. You don't kill off the male guy just so that way the female could rise. You just had the female rising alongside the male, and then what happens is they are both adventurers. They are both leaders. They are both like, powerful. What's wrong with that? Right?
Too much
Don't look
man.
to the only woman on the table, please, for validation. No, I'm joking. I agree with that comment.
As long as you agree, because I don't want to be a hater.
This comic session's full with haters, and I'm
I
there
don't want
like...
to be a hater.
No, like, I kind of see where you're coming from with it, because even I'm a bit like, if they just kill it,
I just don't
it's
think
to
you
be
need to. I
patronising
just
me.
don't think you need to lean the clock all the way over to try and make a statement, and that's why people always argue about wokeness and stuff like that. You can still, like, as a black man, I can say, listen, yeah, in the '60s they didn't have black superheroes until the late '60s when you get Falcon and Black Panther and all that sort of kind of stuff. But like the deal is that like I still grew up on Superman and Batman. I don't need all of a sudden for Superman and Batman to be to be black. You know what I mean? They weren't my heroes, and now I'm like, you're pandering to me, man. I'm making a statement. I'm on my freaking soapbox. I don't like that kind of stuff.
Where
you know
from?
what I mean?
Where you from?
We from the Bronx, man.
Games of Bronx superhero.
No. I'm just saying. There you go. Blank Man. I watched it.
James the superhero.
You know what I mean? Anyway, moving on. Beastars.
Yes.
Go.
Okay. Beastars is a Japanese anime on Netflix, and it is based on a manga which Faye kindly brought with her.
I brought with it this one.
Cool.
Yeah, that's volume 1.
I can't pronounce the woman's name, so I'm very sorry.
I believe it's
Paru
Paru
Itagi.
Itagaki.
Itagaki.
Itagaki. Itagaki-san.
Hopefully that's right and we didn't butcher that. But
Okay, fine,
the author of the series basically worked really hard to try and get this story out, and a lot of people didn't take it. But this one guy fell in love with it and was basically like, yeah, we're doing it. And she did like a spin-off called Beasttars Complex, which is basically written before this but published later. But that goes into world building of the series more than the actual thing. But with Beasttars as a whole, you follow a wolf called Legoshi, who is
Based,
17
the
years.
name was based off Bella Lugosi,
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Nice.
Okay.
but they Japanesed it up like Legoshi-san.
Yeah. Based on a 17-year-old boy who is in
A virgin.
Yes, in Virgin in Cherryton Academy, which is basically where carnivores and herbivores live together in peace. In this universe, the carnivores have an unquenchable thirst of eating the herbivores, and they can't, like, they have to take supplements, they have to fit into a certain way. If you're a bear, you have to take a certain medication that takes away your muscles.
Muscle suppressants.
Yeah, and it can really, like, mess with them. So it's basically talking about, like, what is their away.
It goes much deeper than like you'd make it out to be. An initial look, you'd think it was sort of childish thing. Probably,
A rom-com.
yeah, probably if you were coming off of
If you want to check out.
Zootopia or Zootropolis, whichever region you live in, and where it was sort of like they created a diversity, but it definitely goes into much more detail than that. Whereas, like, I mean, literally the very beginning is a student being chased and devoured.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it starts off with a murder that they never solve.
It's murder mystery.
No,
Yeah.
they solve it in season 2.
Yeah, well, okay, season 1 they never solve it.
No,
That's right.
It's like an ongoing story.
So basically, you know,
but there's a lot more going on as I've tried.
yeah. So Sean had sent me like, you know, kind of like an overview of season 1.
It was an abridged. It was the Team 4-star abridged.
I did not know this was abridged, so
No.
I'm thinking, oh, wait a minute. Talk about Beasttars. Let me check this out. And so one is dubbed in English. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. And then all of a sudden, it's all
They do
horny.
sound a lot like the English voice actors. Funny enough.
It's all horny, sexual,
Damn.
freaky kind of stuff going on.
It
you
can
know,
be, yeah. I mean,
it was like it wasn't just kind of like, you know,
I mean, it's
hetero. It was homo as well.
yeah.
Sexual. That's what I meant. You know. What
Yeah, I know what you meant.
All right. No, I'm just
It's
saying.
it's considered a well. I mean, even in this, I mean, it seems normal when force about it, but in this, because it's obviously trying to be a lot more realistic. It's a lot more. It's considered a lot more taboo for a herbivore and carnivore to be in a relationship.
Basically allowed to be in a relationship.
Yeah. So basically, there's this rabbit named Haru, right? Who is like slut shamed by these other rabbits or these other.
Other people in the school, all the girls in the school basically.
Yeah, exactly. They all hate her because, you know, they're saying she's going around having sex. It's like, hey, don't blame me
What,
because your boyfriend
she's
don't
a
want to have
rabbit
sex with you.
and she's
Yeah.
a rabbit?
Yeah,
Yeah, see?
she's like an energetic, but so anyway, so this Legoshi guy in love with her and everything, but then he's like, oh, but I don't want to eat her. So he doesn't want to, you know, so he has to hold back his feelings, and I just thought that was really funny because it's like, what are you, a virgin? It's freaked out.
that scene though where basically Haru's like, oh, this guy clearly wants sex and she's about to, and he freaks out, and I was watching it. That was the funniest thing I have seen in my life. I was there like, oh my god. He was like, no, goodbye.
Just tail in the door.
I really like, she's really cute, but there's also another character called Lewis.
Oh my god, the
Yeah.
deer.
It's actually pronounced Louis.
Louis, yeah. So this
So
It looks like Lewis when you read it, but for some reason it's pronounced Louis.
Yeah.
Louis the deer, but
Yeah.
he's like the kind of like
high class, up top. Nothing's wrong with me. I am perfection walking kind of character.
Basically, yeah. And I have a sad backstory, and that makes me broody and relatable. I suppose it kind of does, really. I mean, I couldn't clock his character first, even after like my third time viewing. It was just sort of hard to clock. I mean, again, obviously he was literally born as a.
Spoilers.
I mean, I kind of want to talk about the story.
We can
Right.
kind of skip. It's like a dark. So there's basically like a dark past, and within this place there is a black market where they sell meat of animals.
call it a black market, but it's a super shop. I mean, a superstore.
It's a supermarket for
That's right.
meat of herbivores.
And
And
they're like, yo, man, they actually eat each other? What's going on?
so
No,
like,
but, I mean, it's they established that it's the only reason it hasn't been shut down by authorities is because like the meat is donated from like funeral homes and hospitals of the recently passed.
and it's the only place that's keeping the real peace of that whole place at the
Basically,
moment.
yeah.
So with Lewis, there's like this undergoing backstory with him that's quite dark. And when you first meet him, he's like this like prefect, like I'm a rich boy. I have like the style of luxury. I am perfection. No one can say anything bad about me. But deep down, he is like, if I make one mistake, my whole life is over. And he has a really big jealousy of all the carnivores because they're seen as stronger and bigger and better. And he wishes to be one. So within the books, and also the TV show, there's a bit of like weird sexual tension between Lewis and Legoshi. Even though
He's
there's
like, eat me.
Yeah. He's like, he literally, there's a scene where he grabs him and he's like, show me your fangs. And it's like, in the books, like when I was reading it, I was like, this is really sexual. What is happening here? It's not.
I thought they got together.
Like I said, I don't
Yeah.
think it was meant to, but people always
Didn't they
take
get
it the wrong
together in
way.
season 2, though?
No,
All right.
Sorry?
they're not gay. They're not actually gay. That's just
They're not
weird.
gay. They just have, then there's like a love
It's
triangle
just
between
like
him and Laura.
homophobic. Meaning, like, as most relationships between, like, guys in movies.
And it is interesting, like the whole.
Guys in movies, just have a homoerotic relationship.
Like, it don't, yeah, like when because they always, in the show, they put like really like sensual music behind
No, I
whenever
know,
they
but I
interact.
mean that's the whole thing. Like Danny Glover and Mel Gibson and Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of fan fiction between all these characters, but
What, our alter ego, you mean? Our alter egos.
Our
Yeah.
anyway,
Remember in Woody's?
Woody. Oh,
I did actually
You guys
look. I
look
did
like
actually.
Lethal Weapon.
oh yeah. I got ready to say, bud, what are you trying to do to me?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
I did actually try to.
Okay, Riggs.
Can I speak now? Thank you. I did actually try to look up Adler, see if it was like based on a real play. It's not, but it would be cool if it was. It did look interesting. The whole because they're in a. We didn't even mention. Sorry, they're in a drama club doing a play.
Yeah.
Adler, and like the whole term "beastar" basically comes from
The star of the crew, isn't it?
sort of. I don't
It's
know.
like
they
a
like
high
a
class
role,
politician, no, like high class politician that is basically like everyone looks towards and goes,
Yeah.
"You're the reason why there's peace."
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like only one at the moment in the story, one B star at the moment, and it's what Lewis is going to become. Basically, everyone's
What
like,
he's
"You're-"
striving to become.
yeah, what he wants to be, but will he?
I don't know, but he does something naughty in the end.
But
I didn't reveal it.
I know. It's dramatic effect.
Oh,
But the thing with Haru I found interesting is they sort of go more into it, like the whole reason why she's really like, promiscuous because she's such a small animal. People always felt the need to feel sorry for her and be pitiful towards it, and yet whenever like she got people to sleep with her, like it was the one time that they would never feel sympathetic. They would just talk to her like a normal person.
it's just weird that they call her a dwarf rabbit instead of just a small rabbit.
That's a type of
That's
rabbit.
yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's another species called a
Harlequin
harlequin
rabbit.
rabbit. Yeah,
Did not know
I
that.
know.
Thought it
The
was
more I know.
okay. Yeah, I don't know, and stuff like that. Yeah, no, but it was interesting. I mean, like, even though I saw some, what you call it, fan fiction or whatever it was,
A Brit.
a bridge, it made me interested. I mean, I might actually have to take a look at the actual show.
It is
It's
really
really
worth
cool.
watching. Yeah.
But then it made me disappointed if it's not as sexual as it made
oh,
it.
will you shut up? It gets
Damn,
Well, I'm just saying.
it gets there heterosexually. They don't. I mean,
Get there petrosexually? Petrol? What,
I
like
said
gasoline?
het.
Oh, right.
heterosexual.
I didn't hear that.
but like basically like within the show, I think it does like a really good sense of world building as well. So there's one of the episodes follows a chicken, just a random side episode, and it's about like because chickens lay eggs, she lays eggs, and then they eat them.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. 'Cause they can't eat meat. A lot of the carnivores have to have like big protein-filled
Yeah,
meals, like
yeah,
soy
yeah.
burgers and
Yeah,
and
they put
eggs and
like their
stuff.
menus up on the screen or something like that.
But I love the world building in this show.
Oh, yeah.
They really like thought about because like even like the tiny animals, they're still tiny, so they have to like stay by the wall and they have
Oh,
their own
yeah.
little section where they eat their food or like where they sleep. And I was there like, oh damn, that probably took like a lot of work to do because I know
And like the way stick to their animal traits and stuff is pretty fun as well. Like when Louis trying to rehearse and Goat's character, and he's like, "You ate your script, didn't you?"
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I can't stay away from the freakiness of the show. Like the lions.
The best,
Oh, yeah.
best boys in the whole series, and I cried.
And then when they got little Haru and stuff like that.
But
Yeah, it does get really dark.
Yeah, it was very dark. I can't stop myself.
didn't see yet. Sorry. Season 2 kind of like develops those characters, so you learn
Yeah,
more
but I
about.
heard not really a lot in season 2.
No,
Do you mind?
that's not spoilers.
Was it? It wasn't.
He's there.
No.
I almost did.
Oh,
I mean, to be honest, it's not a spoiler. Like her character isn't as she is in season 2. She's just not as prominent to the
yeah,
story.
she's not like as important. It's more like basically about like the Lion Gang and Legacy and Lewis's kind of relationship, and also finding out who died and who murdered the person.
Well, we know who died, who the murderer.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, right. We do know.
Oh, well, you know what I mean.
Yeah. So BeatStars.
Yay.
So
Check it out.
Netflix.
It's on Netflix, is it? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also try and buy the manga if you can.
Season 1 and 2, and apparently there's only one. Like they're only going to make one more season, which is.
But we're gonna meet the best character in the whole series in season 3, and I cannot wait.
Oh.
You know how it is.
I haven't got up to there with the manga.
High
yet.
school things and stuff like that. So they always have to kind of like get to graduation, don't they?
But are they in high school in the next season?
I don't know.
Exactly.
All right. So now we're down to our last topic of the box sets. Well, no, it's not our last topic. Sorry.
No.
I said it's not our last topic. Box sets. Box sets.
Detectorists.
No, that's the recommend. That's the recommend. No, box sets.
What was the box set?
I don't know. I'm asking you. See, I knew he got
Oh,
it
no.
wrong.
Let's consult your list.
I knew he got it wrong because I bet you the box set was Quantum Leap.
How have we not done box sets yet when we're an hour in?
Are we an hour in?
Wow. No way.
Box sets this
Because it
week?
took us ages to actually get to Beasttars because we were talking about She-Ra and all.
All right, fine. Just go to your recommendation then.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my recommendation. Box sets was Quantum Leap.
Yeah, see, I knew it. So
we had
you
no
had Telly
tea-
that
we
you had wrong.
Oh,
say
oh,
that
that was
for next
supposed to be Hill Street Blues.
Damn it! That was my favorite show.
There's always next week.
We'll
Next
book
week,
Anyway,
there we go.
we'll yeah. I knew. Why did I follow Phil?
Oh, wow. Dude.
Anyway, go ahead, Phil. Your recommendation this week is The
Is,
Detectorist.
Is The Detectorists, which was originally released on BBC 4. Around about 2014, I think it was.
Starring Mackenzie Crook.
Indeed, not just starred though, conceived, written, directed, and starring Mackenzie Crook.
That's interesting because, like, when he was on The Office with Ricky Gervais, it probably was like a what do they call that, camp for him, to figure out how to do all of that. 'Cause
That's
Ricky
right,
was doing all of that
exactly
stuff.
right. I think, and
Boot
this-
camp. Sorry, that I
I
meant.
think that's right. Yeah, not camp time, but boot camp. Yes, indeed. Yes. So yeah, and obviously, as you mentioned, The Office, also Pirates of the Caribbean. He was in,
Ooh.
along with Toby Jones as his co-detectorist and co-protagonist.
I think I've seen images of this actually. I'm sure it was on Netflix or something at one point.
It was on BBC.
It's
as
on
well,
the
though.
iPlayer now. Actually, it's available on the iPlayer still now. There were 3 series produced, only 9 episodes in total.
19.
So tell us what the detectorists are, because
Yeah, okay. So detectorists are people who go out metal detecting, and one of the running jokes in the series is, are you a metal detector? No, I'm a metal detectorist.
get it right.
This is a metal detector.
That's kind of like, are you a bird follower or a bird watcher?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure,
no, I
yeah,
mean it's
yeah.
those type of people.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
It's very gentle humour. It's
Nice.
very very rural. It features the English countryside to
What's
great
funny
effect.
is though is like you said you like this show because you know people like this in your life.
Absolutely.
I don't,
My older
but
sister's,
Phil does.
Oh.
my older sister's former partner, ex-partner for a reason, was a detectorist. So watching this was like watching past. It was hilarious.
it's like watching a private life you made, because it's
really
like,
was.
is this what he's like?
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
So yeah, but they are. It's just really really gentle humour. It also stars. I can't remember her name now, but Mackenzie Crook's partner in it is an absolutely beautiful woman. And I kept thinking, she looks really familiar way through the first series, until you get to meet his mother-in-law in the series, who was played by Diana Rigg.
Ooh,
and
your favorite.
Yeah, but obviously in old age now. But and his partner is Diana Rigg's daughter in real life. She's actually Diana Rigg's daughter. So yeah, got a mother-daughter thing going on there. But it's brilliantly written. Toby Jones is absolutely superb.
I mean, like, what kind of episodes are they? Are they like episodic, or are they just an adventure of the week?
No, it's a proper serial. You know, it builds up week on week,
Okay.
develops the characters each week, but also there's a running theme as well. There's the competitive aspect with other detectorist groups of people, and fighting for territory and stuff like that going on, all in the most stupid way, really. But it's just really funny.
Yeah, but see, also though, I don't know if he explained it. Like, do you understand? These are like panhandlers. You know, like so in the old days, right at the gold rush, you know, you would have like people who would go out, with a pot, like a, and they'd be in the water or mud or whatever, and they, what do I find? You know, and it's kind of like that, except for they have this like metal thing, and you see, it looks like a flying saucer.
Yeah,
right, and then
stick,
and it's supposed to like make noise when it hits metal, and stuff like that.
That's
So,
true,
and your guy, you was talking about like he would have like watches and chains and
in
coins.
reality, the guy I knew and never
Bottle
related to on any level, he had trays full of wedding rings and engagement rings, which just felt really creepy to me.
Did he just keep them?
He kept them as a collection, which is like people's, precious
Special
lives.
things.
And he should have put a sign out going, "Hey, I found your wedding ring."
Exactly, that weirded me out completely. So I never related to the guy. But these guys, I mean, Mackenzie Crook plays a frustrated archaeologist in actual fact. So there's a serious
He's a digger.
there's a serious undercurrent to what he's doing. He's actually studying archaeology at college.
Of course he is. Of course he is. I will find that gold tomb of Tutankhamun.
And really that's what draws you on. I think. Are they really going to find something really special ultimately?
Yeah.
And it really
aliens.
it draws you on. The music is great. The music's provided by a band called The Unthanks. It's folk music. Also, the theme's written by a brilliant folk musician. So I love all that stuff as well.
Yeah.
And as like I say, it's set in beautiful English countryside in Suffolk. I think it's actually set and filmed. I think as well on location. So it's just a really gentle, very funny.
So did they have like a madcap gang kind of thing, like a crew? And wacky characters.
Well, yeah. They're in a detectorists club.
Of course they are.
Of course, which is people by the weirdest people you've ever met in your life, who are completely obsessed, of course, with the ridiculous pastime.
Yeah.
And there are competing clubs all around. I mean,
oh my God!
Wow,
it's like DC
it's
Cab.
So exciting.
You probably never heard of this, right? There was a movie called DC Cab, which was about rival cab companies that gave us the introduction of Mr. T and the Barbarian Brothers. But like just bad. I love stuff like that.
Right.
I gotta check this show out because I love it when you could get especially two different groups of disparate characters. It's like, why can't we all just be in one gang? No,
that's right. That's right. But it won 2 BAFTAs. I mean, it's
I can imagine.
Decorated series, and I think he also stuck to Ricky Gervais's ethos of leave them wanting. I think
Did he ever like show up?
Ricky Gervais never shows. No.
Stephen Merchant?
No.
See, man, some friends you got there, Mackenzie. Bet you they asked you on their show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But they won they won the BAFTA one year for best situation comedy, which is quite an accolade for a show.
No, definitely.
And also Toby Jones won best actor as well. So
Best supporting or best actor?
best actor.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well worth a look.
Well, that was a nice little recommend and everything like that. Thank you, Phil, and everything. And so that brings us to the end of this very long show. I don't think it's really that long because I think Blake left it running before we started. So
He's shaking his head no.
Whatever. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I am Chase.
I'm Faye.
John.
I'm Phil.
And we are the TV Squad.
Yeah.
So, yes, we are finally over. So you can change that channel and do not pick up the cereal or the cigarettes. I don't know. I just thought I was. I'm blind in one eye, right?